Hi, welcome to another week. This week we are going to be focused on two different aspects of what's in the physical environment of your classroom. There's so much that we can do to support positive behavior and to support a positive social emotional learning environment and experience just by the way we set up our environment. It's really important. So, some things to consider as you're designing a classroom, which is one of your two assignments. Think about lighting, dimmer lighting, less fluorescent, more windows if you can. Separate spaces for real quiet or individual areas, as well as collaborative work areas. Areas that might include reading or art. Areas that might include that home environment setup and not have too much. I'm going to state that again. We tend to put more and more and more on our walls and our ceilings and our everything. Taking some of that away so it's less visually overstimulating is important for that calm feeling as well. Looking at Reggio Emilia or Montessori for some classroom design space inspiration is a terrific idea. Same with Waldorf. So Waldorf, Reggio Emilia, or Montessori. And if you don't know much about them yet, just Google and look at the physical pictures, look at the images. Try more natural furnishings, so less of that plastic stuff and more of woods and muted colors, more of a home feel. Eye level hanging. So when we're hanging things, make sure that we're looking at the child's level versus an adult height. And remember again, less is more. Here are some examples. You're going to create your own classroom design this week. I would like you to either draw out your classroom, it doesn't matter if you're a good artist or not, or you can cut and paste from magazines. What I would not like as much is using these programs because it's easy for, I think, individuals to start doing shortcuts and possibly getting into programs or finding things that have already been created. Remember, this is your design. I just showed some examples of things that can be found right away on the internet if you look at, classroom creation, early childhood classroom creation. These are awesome if you can make sure to list the program that you've used and your process for creation. We've got more natural designs in this bottom left one, for instance, but you're going to want to make sure it's yours. Think about the ideal classroom, if money was not an object. Here's an example of a drawn classroom, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a good drawer or not. I want you to have fun with this week. And here's an example of a more natural looking classroom versus all of that plastic and kind of overstimulation. I can see some mats here where individual students are working on their individual workspaces in a Montessori class. The second assignment you have for this week is creating a picture schedule. A lot of us don't use these. They're so important and they're so helpful for a student having a sense of calm and peace and knowing what's next. We want to know what's next as adults. That's one of the reasons why we have a syllabus. Every age needs that. And the younger we are, the less control we have. So to give them a sense of predictability and control is going to go a long way toward helping calm fears and with just that positive social feeling in general. Some people that use picture schedules use too much. Some don't change them each day. Well, then there's no point, right? If you're not updating it and talking about it at the beginning of the day and making sure that it's current. And if you have too much on a picture schedule, it's also not going to help. So it's really important that it's used and updated throughout each day. I would begin the day at circle time or as students are coming in, highlight where they can see what's happening. Don't put too much on there. For a little one, the younger they are, the less you're going to put on there. 6 maximum. I think 4 is even better, and maybe that's the midday point, and then you put the afternoon up. But they can realize and take down parts of the picture schedule as they're done with it or move it to a completed space. I'm going to show you a couple examples. It's a great classroom job as well. So for this week, I want you to create 8 to 12 pictures. This can again be, it's awesome if you can do photos of your actual students doing these things. That's going to be most meaningful, but some draw. There's certainly, again, you can get little clip art on online very easily nowadays. So I recommend photos or hand sketch drawings. If you find pictures online, don't download an entire program that someone else did from one location. Really search and dig and list where they're from and why you chose them. Please also explain how and where you would use your picture schedule. So I have a couple examples. Here's one, again, where you can take them out during the day as you're getting done, right? And I would stop at lunch and then start over in the afternoon. And here's another one that I really like where, you could put all of your stickers on, think about all the different things we do during the day, including nap and recess and, circle time and so on. And when it's in the day, then I would put them in that 1 through 5 spot. We could have this for when it's done, where we move it. And that's going to help students also understand when they're getting closer to maybe going home, if they're missing their family, and so on. And they can start envisioning that sense of time. Also, order or serration, knowing how things come first, next, last, right? And learning their numbers a little bit. So there's lots of different skills that are happening both academically and socially when we use a picture schedule accurately. So those are your 2 assignments for the week. I look forward to checking them out at the end, and have a great upcoming week.